You could call Frank Amato the candy industry's international man of mystery, but his career success is no secret. Born on March 19, 1961 in Orange, California, he and his brother Chris are the sons of Donna and Anthony. He met his wife Cheryl during PE class when they were sophomores at Canyon High School in Anaheim. Frank might tell you he impressed her with his Bjorn Borg-like tennis skills, but we are pretty sure Cheryl has a different story. The two began dating their junior year and have been together ever since. Now married more than 35 years, they are the proud parents of Will and Katie. Frank's leadership skills were on display early on as he served as the Key Club's regional lieutenant governor during his senior year at Canyon High, overseeing 18 high school Key Clubs. During this time, Frank also began working at Alpha Beta supermarkets, where his confectionery career started to take shape. Working full-time while supporting himself through college, he moved up the ranks at the grocery chain, eventually becoming manager of the grocery and general merchandise departments for the two largest and highest volume superstores in San Diego County. At the same time, Frank and Cheryl married, bought their first house, and started their family. With confectionery under his responsibility at Alpha Beta, Frank built relationships with a variety of candy representatives, forming a special bond with Mark Parlin from the Hershey Company in particular. His relationship with Mark led Frank to join Hershey as a U.S. sales rep in 1990. Despite his growing family, Frank took a pay cut to join the historic company. One of Frank's most memorable moments in the industry occurred right before joining Hershey. As part of his final interview, he had to ride along with Paul Holmes, the LA-based sales rep, for a day. During the last retail stop, 30 minutes before his sit-down interview, Frank bent down to pick up a case of Reese's and heard a loud tearing noise. Turns out he had just ripped the entire backside of his new suit. Fortunately, he was in a store and purchased safety pins for a quick fix. As he sat very carefully during the interview, he felt the conversation was going well enough to share his mishap. Paul began laughing uncontrollably and told Frank a similar incident had happened to him when he was younger. Frank was offered the job 2 weeks later. After 2 years as a U.S. rep, Frank moved to Hershey's International Division in 1992. He credits his second district manager at Hershey, Scott Bowes, pictured here, as the person who has had the greatest impact on his career. It was Scott who encouraged Frank to make the leap to the International Division, where he experienced more than 20 years of success. His primary focus in this role was to establish a sustainable export business for select Hershey brands within Latin America. Initially managing the region as a one-person office, Frank's success in Central and South America led to Hershey providing additional resources to grow the business significantly. In 1997, he was recognized by the Hershey Company for his contributions by being named International Division Representative for the company's newly acquired Leaf confectionery brands. A few years later, in 2001, he was promoted to Director of Exports, where he led a network of export managers and international distributors, overseeing sales and select marketing initiatives for U.S.-produced Hershey brands in more than 50 export countries. Here's Frank during a trip to the U.K. 3 years later, Frank would take his talents to another iconic Pennsylvania-based candy maker, joining Just Born Quality Confections in 2004, where he was tasked with developing an international export business for the company's key brands. Always looking to maximize opportunities, Frank was able to leverage the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Market Access Program to gain exposure and awareness of Just Born's brands. The program assists companies in developing a branded export business by offering financial support for qualified activities. Recognizing the impact the MAP program had on Just Born, Frank served as chairman of NCA's International Committee as a way to give back, offering advice and assistance to other companies within the industry regarding global expansion. Through his international roles at Hershey and Just Born, Frank introduced U.S. candy brands to numerous countries, customers, and consumers. So the next time you're traveling abroad and you see a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or a Mike and Ike, tip your hat to Frank. Promoted to Director of Sales Planning and Customer Marketing in 2012, Frank further developed the Just Born brands while promoting confectionery sales and awareness as a whole. In this role, one of Frank's responsibilities was to manage the company's presence at the Sweets and Snacks Expo. Part of the show's overall success can be attributed to him advocating for customers and international distributors to attend each year. In fact, he joined the Expo Committee in 2017 to help ensure the show's continued growth. In July of 2018, Frank was promoted to Director of Sales at JustBorn, a position he says is one of his top career accomplishments. In this vital role for the company, he is responsible for all global sales of JustBorn brands while managing a high-performing internal and external sales organization. Ask JustBorn CEO Ross Bourne, a 2009 Candy Hall of Fame inductee, about Frank's contributions to the company, and he says Frank has been a most valued sales professional, always stepping up to the plate, not only when asked, but also when he senses a need. He's a chief enabler, encouraging our sales team to make our customers feel appreciated with transparent communication and great service. He's always respectful, always loyal, and always level-headed. Everyone who knows Frank will tell you his career success is well-deserved and could not have happened to a better person. As JustBorn Chairman David Schaffer puts it, Frank is a true gentleman's gentleman. It's not just about what Frank does in our industry and community, it's how he lives his values each and every day. The world could use more Franks. The Candy Hall of Fame and the entire industry couldn't agree with you more, David. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cheryl Amato, Frank's wife, to help us induct Frank into the Candy Hall of Fame.